What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. You know I got another banger for you, so kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
Guys, I've kept you locked in with the Indiana Fever coverage. We know they're coming off a big win against the Minnesota Lynx. Of course, they were shorthanded without Nafisa Collier. Caitlin Clark has gotten a lot of praise, a lot of flowers, deservingly so. Leading the league in assists as a rookie, second leading scorer on this team, has been the key to the ignition, the engine that revs this Fever offense. She's selling out crowds every game on the road. It don't matter. Games are being moved to bigger venues. She's bringing in all types of money, viewers, sponsorships, all charter flights, you name it. So she's definitely deserving of all the accolades and all the hype that she's getting. But I'm here to tell y'all, man, just based off the last several games, Aaliyah Boston has been the best player on this team. Kelsey Mitchell deserves her flowers as well. Now, I've been critical of both of these players, and rightfully so, to be honest with y'all, man. I mean, Aaliyah Boston, the defending rookie of the year, seemed like she didn't play no ball over the summer, didn't work on her game at all, came into the season out of shape. Instead of being in the gym, she was in the studio working on her second career as an analyst, man. And she started off the season very slow, looked like a shell of herself. People were calling for her to be traded. It was all types of things being said, man. But after that first 25% half of the season, Aaliyah Boston has been on another level, especially in games that they've won, man. She has dominated. She has shown elite footwork, and she gave the business, the absolute business. Do you hear me out? Against the Minnesota Lynx. They had no answer for her. The footwork is impeccable. The two-man game that we saw struggling at the beginning of the season between her and Caitlin Clark, that pick and roll has become lethal. And I think it's done a great job of showing Boston's versatility, man. The fact that down low, she is a reliable low block scoring option. Great footwork, great hands, great touch. Knows how to position herself on the block, and just uses her body extremely well to gain that edge and that position and that leverage down low. She's been the best player down low for them. She can shoot the three. She's extended her range all the way out to the three-point line, where she's shooting it confidently. That pick and pop aspect has been dynamic. The fact that she's able to make decisions at the top of the key, she's not getting buried, she's not getting double teamed and clogging the lane. She's getting it at like the free throw line, running with momentum where she can finish or she can dish it. And we've seen how gifted of a passer she is out of the post, man. So her and Caitlin, I think, have been an incredible duo for the last several games. She's coming off of a double-double as well. Another double-double. And I think that, she's been the quiet leader, the silent giant of this team. And she's taken a lot of criticism because we just haven't seen that dog come out every game. She's taking criticism because, I don't know, I don't remember her setting screens like this in South Carolina, man. But she has been one of the worst screen setters in the league, I feel like. Just watching, it's been hard to watch that aspect. And Aaliyah Boston took a lot of criticism, and she has taken it in stride. And now she's hooping, and she's been the most reliable and best player on this team, in my opinion, on both sides of the basketball, holding it down in the paint as that anchor and being a low post force. 5 offensive rebounds in their last game, creating extra possessions, cleaning up missed shots, and getting putbacks, man. Aliyah has been incredible. AB is back, and she's playing better than she did last year as a rookie, averaging more points. I've loved what I've seen of her. She's completely come to life. Another player, Kelsey Mitchell, who leads this team in scoring, man. Look, y'all know I have been critical of Kelsey. I ain't never seen a shot I didn't like Mitchell, man. She is a chucker. She is there to score points, and that is all that she has really done. But there's nobody on this team that can do what Kelsey Mitchell does, man. When the offense is in shambles like we've seen, it's sporadic. Late in the shot clock, things are falling apart, and they need an ISO bucket. Kelsey Mitchell comes through. To be fair, she has shot them out of some games, but she has also closed out a lot of games for them in these wins, especially against the Minnesota Lynx. She made some big shots, came up with a big block. Like, Kelsey Mitchell is an elite scorer, and some people have been critical of her for not playing team ball, for feeling like she is looking Caitlyn off repeatedly late in games and refusing to pass her the ball, which we've seen. I don't know if there's something personal there, if there's, a little bit of love lost in that locker room between Mitchell, Wheeler, and Clark. I don't know. And I still don't feel like she's the long-term answer at the shooting guard position. I don't think she complements Caitlyn's game. I don't think they complement each other as a backcourt, but they're both really good individually. My thing is, though, there is nobody on this team that scores the basketball like Kelsey Mitchell. She is like a Tasmanian devil getting downhill, man. She gets to the cup at will. She is always in attack mode. Very deserving all-star. It just feels like, though, she's really used to being the best player on a really bad team. So, she's been a scorer all her life. One of the top scorers in the history of women's college basketball. They brought her here to get buckets. A lot of two guards don't get a lot of assists. They just get buckets. And that's the thing with Kelsey Mitchell. She is a bucket getter, and she does force it at times, and she does break the rhythm at times, and she does seem like a ball hog at times. I do agree with that, but I think she really, really feels a need for the Fever, because without her, they would not have won half the games that they have. She does need to catch the ball, though. I'm not going to hold y'all. Like, we talking about the most drop passes I've ever seen. For such an athletic guard, it is crazy that she can't catch the ball, man. And that has really been causing turnovers for Clark as well. But Mitchell has been reliable for the most part. She's been a consistent scorer. She is the number one option on this team, and they do not go without her either. She is the biggest scoring perimeter threat. She takes pressure off these other guards in the backcourt to allow them to get open shots as well. And she's just impossible to stay in front of. Like I said, a deserving all-star. And her contract's coming up. It could be a lot of money off their salary cap for the Fever. But if you let Kelsey Mitchell walk, I'm telling you right now, guys, they better have somebody in mind to produce and replace that production, because that is a lot of scoring. And that is your leading scorer who has been an absolute bucket, who's provided a lot of relief, a lot of scoring firepower when this team couldn't get it going and they've gone on cold streaks. So I think both of these players really deserve their flowers moving forward. They have really held it down. They really closed out this game and won it. It was not a great shooting night for Caitlyn. Mitchell, Boston really, really came together as the veterans on this team. Boston's still a young player, but having to step up to be a veteran. They closed this game out. They have arguably been two of the best players in the entire league, to be honest. And they've been the two best players on the Fever as far as just producing, scoring, and we've been critical of these players. We really have, man. Kelsey Mitchell does not pass the ball. Aaliyah Boston does play soft at times. But it seems like everything is clicking. They are firing on all cylinders. And they will need these two to continue this level of play if they want to continue to compete for a playoff spot and lock in a top. I think they're at a 6th seed probably. I know they're 7th right now, but I think they got the possibility of being a 6th seed if they can continue to get this type of production. It is a well-oiled machine, a well-balanced offense, and they are at their best when all these players, including Alyssa Smith, are scoring and sharing the load. They have a legitimate big three in Mitchell, Boston, and Clark. I think they should keep this group together if you can't find anybody better to replace Kelsey Mitchell, man. But both these players deserve their flowers, and we got to give it up to them. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments about expectations heading to this last game against the Dallas Wings, heading to the Olympic break. I think is going to be super beneficial for them to build that chemistry, for them to come together and get some much-needed rest as well. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. That's a wrap for us. For all the latest and the greatest, I am Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. This is the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Until next time, we out.